Welcome back to New Day Spirituality. I'm the Sparkling One. It is January 2024. Happy New Year, light workers. This is going to be our first astrology prediction video. I'm basing these predictions on the astrology. I also use the tarot. We are in the middle of some major transits. The outer planets affect the collective. Most significant transit of this year, Pluto entering Aquarius. Aquarius is all about the collective. I believe this Pluto in Aquarius is going to teach us to see ourselves as the human race. January 20th, Pluto enters Aquarius. It's going to retrograde back into Capricorn on September 1st, then re-enter Aquarius November 19th of this year. And it's going to stay there until 2044. The astrology of 2024 is spelling out something very clear. And the Cabal knew this ahead of time. They saw this coming. Every organization, social construct, political organization, factions, secret society that does not serve humanity's highest good, this energy will transform or destroy and rebirth it. We're dealing with witches and warlocks here, and they fear this energy. And that is why the planet Pluto lost its status as a planetary body. They were relying on their spellings and their definitions to get ahead of this transformative energy and rebuke it. Not possible. Let's talk about Pluto and Aquarius energy. Pluto, which represents Lord Shiva, the destroyer of evil worlds. Pluto began its transit in Aquarius March of 2023. And this is going to continue until 2044. The sign of Aquarius, when in astrology, is linked to off-worlders, ET, extraterrestrial life. Pluto is the great revealer. So Pluto entering Aquarius is no coincidence that sightings of extraterrestrial ships has increased. We're seeing the beings walking around in South America, all sorts of ET shenanigans. In my opinion, these would be the negative ETs. Then we also have Project Bluebeam. Here in America, we just had a shenanigan where ETs were spotted walking around a public mall in the city of Miami, Florida. I definitely believe this was Project Bluebeam, but I have not had a chance to look into it any further than that. A lot of people are still reckoning with themselves whether this world war is actually happening right now. It hasn't really sunk in for a lot of people yet, but I personally believe that June will change all of that. June of this year, no one will doubt whether or not a world war is happening. One of the key indicators is the Uranus and Gemini transit, which is going to start in 2025 and it will transit all the way through to 2032. Seasoned astrologers notice that this particular transit indicates war, civil wars, and world war. The astrology indicates war. Since we're talking about the Age of Aquarius, I wanted to look at the physical constellation of Aquarius. And I decided to do some remote viewing and look around. I noticed that the eye is there. Helix Nebula is inside the constellation Aquarius. The Helix Nebula is also known as the Eye of God. It looks just like an eye. So I wanted to do some looking around in there. And there is life there. And surprisingly, they're humans. They are a form of humankind. They cannot blend in public with us because of their height. They do have some structure inside the earth. They live inside the earth. They travel back and forth from earth back to their home world in Aquarius. I believe this is their home world. But they've been here for a very long time. They're going to continue to be here. I wanted to know, like, what their energy is. Are they positive, regressive? They are neutral. Okay. They will, if they are confronted, they will protect themselves. So I do sense that they can and will not hesitate to protect themselves from humans. They are members of the Galactic Federation. I sense that they are highly telepathic, and they don't wish for me to look upon them, to describe, because they know that I will describe it. They don't want their existence to be known at this time. They are human, but they are very tall. And I asked if they had any star seeds that are on Earth at this present time, and the answer was yes. But that's all that they can comment on that, because it's highly classified. So if you feel a connection to this area, the Aquarius constellation, you feel a connection there, you could have star family here. We are going to see more and more and more disclosure. We're going to see more sightings, to the point where we may have some false invasion. We're not sure. There is talk of a false alien invasion in order to lock the world down in martial law. With this energy, I will be prepared for any of the above. They are afraid of this ET energy because we can see in the remote viewing, we can see in prophecies that the ETs are going to show themselves to humanity. The ETs are going to introduce themselves to humanity, because the governments will not do it. They will not ever do it. They try to pacify us. I don't know what this is, guys. I don't know what you want to call this. This is what they call disclosure. No, Mother Shipton, in her prophecy, she clearly saw ET introducing themselves to humanity. I know that the remote viewers at Farsight saw the ETs working with humanity to help us free ourselves in a final showdown type of scenario. The cabal is desperately trying to hang on and maintain power over us. The sign of Aquarius is also linked to new technologies and progress. I believe we're going to actually finally get some cures to a lot of disease, this wearable technology, and we may even get some new healing modalities like the healing beds during this time period up to 2044. And also during this period of between now and 2044, our DNA will be upgrading. The sun has a primary role in that. The sun is consciousness, and you can see that by how the most disastrous solar flares are spewed out away from Earth, not towards Earth. This is deliberate. The sun is consciousness. It is linked to us. It is here for our sustainment, not our destruction. The nodes. The nodes in astrology reveal our collective karmic path. They show the new direction that we need to head in together. It represents humanity's lessons that we are here to learn. So we have North Node in Aries since July 17th of 2023. It will be in this sign until January 11th of 2025. So the nodes switch signs every 18 months. I found another 20-year cycle here. If we go back 20 years to 2004, the North Node and the South Node was in the same signs. North Node in Aries and South Node in Libra. Now, North Node in Aries encourages us to learn who we are independently of others. So this is self-awareness, and to move towards our purpose and follow our path. Bring our dreams into reality. We're going to be focused on our life purpose. South Node reveals the shadow work that society, we as a whole must deal with together in order to evolve or ascend. It represents what we're integrating, healing, and letting go of. The karma that needs to be cleared. South Node in Libra, it's time to let go of people pleasing. We need to learn how not to sacrifice our authentic selves in order to be accepted by the herd or the group. That's an innate fear of being a human being on planet Earth. It's time to be guided by our inner flame. So the last time we had North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra was in 2004. And we had a surge in S bombings. We had the Madrid train bombings in Spain. We had the London metro bombings. We had this energy breakout all over the Middle East. I actually call them freedom fighters after I've educated myself on their situations and the societal matters that created these people to want to do what they do. Because I remember when I was younger, I never understood how someone can just walk into a cafe and explode themselves. Now I understand. We've seen the footage of the victims in Gaza. They are recording their own genocide. The world will call you a T word, but I understand now. I understand the mentality. I understand what breeds a person to become what they've become. But yes, we had a lot of S bombings in 2004. We also had the peace and reconciliation effort that included the signing of the comprehensive peace agreement in Sudan. Now, Sudan is still going through hell right now, but they did have a comprehensive peace agreement signed in 2004. We also had Hurricane Katrina that devastated New Orleans. There was thousands of deaths. We also had the Indian Ocean earthquake and subsequent tsunami where there were thousands of deaths. So here are two incidents from 2004 where we had people leaving en masse. We also had Twitter being launched. We had the first YouTube video being uploaded. There was some space exploration of Mars. We also had progress in renewable energy initiatives. So what we could see this time around, more advancements in technology and the creation of new social media platforms for self-expression. Okay, that I believe that may come about because of the increasing censorship. There is going to be a drastic increase in social and political activism because we have more. This is not the only aspect that is pointing to social activism. North Node in Aries will also bring us a focus on physical health and fitness. So the April 8th total solar eclipse countdown has begun, and now they're telling us that Comet Pons-Brooks will be streaking through the sky that evening, right before dusk. It comes around periodically. If you check the forecasted weather for that day, I would be surprised if anyone's even able to see the eclipse, because when you check the weather for North America that day of the April 8th total solar eclipse, it's cloudy right across the country. So I would be surprised if we're able to see it here. Now, that's suspicious. What I believe this is, I believe that they're calling this comet the devil comet, because I believe this is the comet of the Mahdi that Nostradamus was trying to warn us about. And I'm going to go into details in my world predictions, but I believe that this comet will herald the Mahdi. The Mahdi will come forward. The Mahdi is the Christ figure in the Islamic religion. But Nostradamus tried to warn us about Mavis being heralded in with a comet that the Middle East sees, and they will know that their Mahdi has come. Aquarius energy is also known for its aloofness, isolation, independence, and just be sure right now to find your tribe, because you don't want this energy to make you lonely and isolated. Find your tribe, connect with other light workers. You are never alone. You have an entire spirit team that signed up to walk this life with you. Angels, your guides, your ancestors, your ET family and relatives that are watching and assisting. This is our time, and they don't like that. They're very nervous. They're very afraid of this. Where we are now, Pluto has been in retrograde. It's at 29 degrees Capricorn, but it will move forward again into the sign of Aquarius this month, January 20th. And that's gonna be a dramatic shift, a noticeable shift. I expect to see some leaders be replaced, or regime changes, where people are taking back power from their governments by, protesting, rioting, whatever they have to do. So at that point, on January 20th, we're going to see Pluto make it to 1 degree Aquarius, but then it's going to turn retrograde again on May 2nd of this year. It will continue retrograde back into Capricorn on September 1st. It will be back in Capricorn. Then it will turn direct again on October 11th here at 29 degrees. But October 11th, that is where we can count down the days until it leaves the sign of Capricorn for the next 230 years. Okay, so it will officially leave the sign of Capricorn November 19th, 2024. And we will have 20 years of Pluto in Aquarius. So this article says the changes this transit will bring will be profound and surprising. I suggest everyone take a time to look around at this point. Take a mental picture, because very little will remain the same post this transit. Each individual can decide if this is good or bad. I believe it's good. It's not going to be easy, but it's good. The second most significant transit of this year is going to be Jupiter enters Gemini on May 25th. Now, Jupiter is currently in Taurus and is going to conjunct Uranus April 20th. And I believe that's going to mark a major shakeup in our economy. The UBI is coming, Universal Basic Income. It's going to be a debit card with the chip in it, going to eventually become your form of ID, and have all of your vital records in it. I actually saw the card. It had a white background. I think this card was foreshadowed in the movie The Humanity Bureau with Nicolas Cage. So this is Jupiter in Gemini squaring with Saturn in Pisces. They're going to make their first square on August 19th of this year. This will symbolize a transformation of our beliefs and ideals, but on a physical level, I believe this is going to manifest two very large, significant earthquakes. August 19th of 2024 and December 24th of 2024. The December 24th date, though, is very, very, very significant because Pluto has entered Aquarius and is sitting on the same degree of Jupiter and Saturn's conjunction. So basically, there's going to be a lot of deaths with this earthquake. The third most significant transit that I want to talk about is Uranus in Taurus. This began May 15th, 2018. We're still going through it all the way to April 26th of 2026. That'll be the last day Uranus will be in Taurus officially, and we will have Uranus moving into Gemini at the end of April 2026. So far, Uranus in Taurus, the expression of this energy has been surprising, intense, nerve-wracking, because Taurus deals with what we value. Our money, our property, our financial security. It also represents the natural world, the earth, environment. It represents natural resources. Uranus has a distinctive energy because it brings in a sudden, radical, drastic shift that is unexpected. Uranus is a progressive energy. So it's a good energy, just intense. This energy is about revolution, shaking things up. So we've been experiencing this Uranus and Taurus energy that is shaking up our moral values as a society. It's shaking up our financial structures that we've relied on for so long, our resources, food and water, the financial systems that has ruled over us, held us in bondage. We're being liberated from. Now, they've been fighting this energy the entire time. We've had CEOs of cryptocurrencies be assassinated. So it's been a wild ride. Said they don't want to let go of their power. So they have desperately been trying to hold on through this Uranus and Taurus energy. Cryptocurrency came in like a wrecking ball. And by the end of this transit, which will be April 2026, I believe that they will have a handle on the cryptocurrencies, on the digital currencies. They're going to issue their own government-issued digital currencies and cryptocurrencies. Introduce the UBI, the Universal Basic Income, right after Uranus leaves Taurus. It enters Gemini. And that is where these governmental powers will be severely diminished. Because we're being liberated from these financial constructs. And people are going to have different values. By the time we get done with this Uranus and Taurus transit, which will end April 2026, people are going to have a different way of looking at what they value in life. And I do believe by the time this transit, this Uranus and Taurus transit is over, the Palestinian people will have reclaimed their land, or at least the majority of it, back. followed up with the Uranus and Gemini energy, okay, which is going to be the redrawing of our atlas, of our maps, of our borders, and our renaming, restructuring our countries. And the Palestinian people reclaiming that land, that's going to be a shock. It's going to be shocking. But this energy is about liberation, is about revolution, freedom. So we got bricks formed under this energy. I do believe that Uranus and Taurus is going to be the most positive transit of 2024. We have Jupiter going conjunct with Uranus and Taurus on April 21st at 21 degrees Taurus. 21 degrees in astrology is the Sagittarius energy. So this is going to be an expansive, benefic energy, opportunities for growth. And then we have Uranus energy, which is progressive, but it also brings us the surprises. Venus joins the conjunction. So Venus will conjunct both Jupiter and Uranus. And this will be activating once in a lifetime opportunities. Jupiter will also be sextiling Saturn and Pisces. So basically, this is like the Christmas morning of astrology. We're headed in a direction to where we're going to uplift so-called third world countries. It's time. Of course, the traditional power structure does not agree with this, and they're going to fight tooth and nail. They're going to fight till the end. But I'm sorry, the universal energy does not support you. There are some countries that I can tell you right now, they are not going to make it out of these transits. Some of them are very dark and are just pulling the collective consciousness down, and they're going to go away. All of these thoroughly corrupt governments, America, Canada, Ukraine, United Kingdom, Sudan, France, Italy, Poland, Germany, Sweden, North Korea, Israel, hopefully China and Australia. They're going to go away. They will be dissolved. They will be under new leadership or dissolved entirely. If these governments want to remain intact and survive this energy, at the very least, they're going to have to shift the power back to their people. The transformation process has begun. Welcome to the Age of Aquarius. I will be following up this video with several more gematria for 2024. It's very interesting. The 2024 world predictions and message from Cheyenne Mountain. I love you guys. See you soon in the next video.